whatever. It's just, I lost a hard drive. A hard drive died. What are you gonna do? It's life. So I still had a backup, it's just not the backup I wanted. Alright. Gunlance. See that little gauge below my name? It is the heat gauge. And then you're super close to 100% on this game? Awesome. And then I should be able to lock it in. Hold on. It's not really going down enough for hits. I might need to tweak that a little bit. But I should lock it in. No, the thing is, Fentu, is it's still normal gun lance. Yellow is base damage, orange is 1.05, and red is 1.1. So it's like heat gauge, but you don't feel like you're getting your balls slapped if you fuck it up. Hold on, I want to change one thing. I want to change some controls. Do that. I guess I'll stop that for a second. I don't have my analog on my right stick. I want to do that. Analog left. What am I trying to do here? D-pad left. D-pad right? Should be it. I thought it would be a neat thing for a new playthrough. Yeah, that looks fine. It's only because, you know, with 1.4, Incognito Man had added in modding, like native PC functionality. And so then I was thinking, okay, I also saw a mod that like improves the model and weapon fidelity without looking bad. So like this probably looks normal to you all, but this is like an upgraded model. But it's like not, they didn't overdo it. They like added some polygons, they improved some textures, but it still looks like it fits in the game, which is exactly how you would want to do it. You don't want it to be like 4K, upscaled everything. You want it to still look like Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. I want to make one more change. I'm trying to set up the controls here. And I add Jinoga. I promise you I am working on it. I actually am. I would love to. We're just not there yet. But I hope we get there. It might be a while. Oh, actually, we'll do a new game. We'll see if we can get credits. I guess we'll delete Lincoln. Sorry, Lincoln. I'm going to import my character. Oof. I do not like that hairstyle. It would be amazing to find out the actual distribution of hairstyles in the history of Monster Hunter and find out like which ones were actually like popular and which ones like nobody liked. Is that? Has this always been in the game? Is this the fucking JoJo haircut? AI class came in. tech priest guys, right? I don't know if I can handle the JoJo hair. That's Paul from Tekken? No, I think it's Polnareff. I think that's Polnareff from JoJo. I just don't know if I can handle it, man. But you can always change the haircut later, right? No, the toothpick was added in for you. Is there a Polnareff face? This is not the secret project. What you're gonna see today, I made today. The other project, I'm not saying it's stalling out, but I've hit heavy diminishing returns. Fuck it. It's not like I gotta marry the guy. Green pants, no shirt. Jason, hello? I'm going crusty. We're going to that one. Goodbye, Lincoln. He looks ready to go. Oh, I'll ping the YouTube stream. I mean, it's going. Pretty sure it's going. I've got people in YouTube chat. I think fuck is pretty much done, and now it's a matter of the community making mods for it. I wonder why this cutscene was done like this rather than in-engine. Condor, hello, good evening. When am I adding an Excel axe? You'll sponsor it. How much are we talking? Butt Cheeks Freestyle, your happiness is its own reward. Half joking, the animations are impossible to get. Nothing's impossible. You think you'll ever make a hunting game of my own? We never know. Maybe. You won't? Is the mod level the same as yesterday's bounty? Level 2? What are we talking about? Can I just walk around like this? I am gonna walk around like this. This is very funny to me. Dude, they fucking add abs to the characters? I think they did. I kind of want to do the first couple quests just like naked. I should have brought up the fucking e-quests. My bad. That would be a nice mod. A mod that just shows you every quest that is key. So you wouldn't have to guess. I'm going to do that. If I ever make Longsword play like World, you're 100% here for that. Well, you gotta make up your mind. Would you rather have Accelaxe? Or would you rather have World Longsword and Freedom Unite? Joju, thank you. Is this the virus you asked us to test? Yo, fuck you! Thanks for nothing, loser! Idiot! I did it myself. I got far. I'm just like, I feel like I'm burning out. And like, there's a certain point where I gotta recognize sunk cost. And just call it, you know? I probably should have gotten like a pickaxe, because we probably are gonna want like an ore gunlance and not just like the bone gunlance. Playing Peak today? Yeah, we'll do a couple streams of this. You were on board. Well, the mod you're watching right now, I made it in one day. This is not, the other project has had hundreds of hours of work. And yet, it is still somehow behind this one. See Machado, hello? I really mean it when I say unite all nations, Effie Machado, by the way. It'll be next down to D down. At a certain point, I'll just have to upload my work to like GitHub or something and let someone else pick it up. Am I officially back? I'll do what I can. I reverse engineered the game with Claude to add this. This is all work from Incognito, man. He's the one who made this happen. Anything you see on the screen is because of him. I'm like PewDiePie. Let's... Can't you say Markiplier? You gotta... Look, I'm sure some of you love PewDiePie, but I'm not sure that I want to be in the same bucket of the guy that like was responsible for like the YouTube apocalypse. Did I add an armor skill for heat gauge? No, it is a weapon mechanic. And I'm pretty sure I am many, many, many millions of dollars less wealthy than PewDiePie. Good voice. How many catches does PewDiePie have? I might have more than him. There's actually some more things that I want to add to the weapon. I didn't get to add in everything today, so... I may or may not be able to stream tomorrow, but certainly on Friday you're going to see even more. I'll just tell you, I want to add in elemental and status shelling. And then I might see if I could add in Valor style shelling. So for something like normal, after a poke, you can get like rapid fire shelling. Am I going to add scaling shelling? I want to be careful with that. Because, you know, the game isn't super well balanced around that. I'm going to go for Silver Rook and a Gun Chariot Gunlance. Undis, you're so good at knowing anime. it's not even like it would be a huge deal. I just think it would be nice to make it so that you just get a few points of element or status whenever you shell with the right thing. Is this modded Freedom Unite? Yes. Yeah, you can make mods for Freedom Unite now. You're like the second or third person today that after finding out, why do I have so much money? Oh, because I imported my character. Well, so I would replace the fire with the other element. Is Rise officially over? Well, it's not like I deleted my save. Meat and milk. Is Fuku run over? I'll do Fuku when I get Baby Bug again. Can I just buy a Gunlance? No. Well, I need another one. I think we just go all leather, right? I think I do. Waiting on the Freedom Unite butt plug mod. If you wanted to sponsor that, I promise you I could make it. But you gotta pay for that one. But I almost definitely could make that happen. The changes on this mod. Did you ever play Monster Hunter Generations? Monster Hunter Generations added a heat gauge. As you shell, you deal additional damage. As you attack, the gauge goes down, and then you can use Wyvern Fire to lock it in. So, the idea here is, you know, normally in Freedom Unite, you don't really have too much of a reason to shell. This will actually give you a reason to shell. Hypothetically, be the range to make Excel axes. You don't know the market for mods. I guess I would want to test and make sure it would actually be viable first. But I'll tell you this: the first rule for negotiations is you don't reveal the first. Yeah. I'm not going to make... You throw a number out there and I'll tell you how close you are. How's that sound? And also, like, what game do you want it in? Like, you probably don't want it in Freedom Unite. You would want Excel Axe in Monster Hunter World, right? I'll tell you, I did spend some time the other day trying to add Blast Dash to Monster Hunter World. And I struggled. I struggled to get it in there. I was able to do some stuff, but I wasn't able to lift up off the ground. Why don't I mod Freedom 1? Because Freedom 1 doesn't have fuck in it. The Resurgence team wanted the soul of your firstborn? What did they want? What was their ask? I genuinely don't know what the price of mods are. I mean, you gotta be reasonable, right? That sounds like a lot of money. Is there a repository of resources out there for how to make mods like this? Incognito Man has some stuff on his page, and then there's the mod nexus for it as well. It's the sort of thing, like, if you're, I mean, it's like, you just don't know setting out how long it's going to take. And even then, it's like, it's one thing to get it, like, basely functioning. Like, what really takes the most time is polishing things. So, like, you'll get something half working. And then, like, fixing the last 10% takes you, like, 80% of the time. How much to give Nada a chair in Milds? That cannot be that bad. Give Nada a toilet. Imagine if we gave Nada, like, a Toto. I should have brought pickaxes. It's okay. Give him a wheelchair? Just give him Blast Dash like wheelchair. Like he's just scooting around the field. Once we got the boost gauntlet or whatever, the animations will probably be in the game. You like Tigrex? Thank you. I got lazy and I just like copied an arm. After I made one arm. But I figured, but probably a lot of artists probably do that. X dollars an hour. I'm dead. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know that charging per hour is a reasonable way. For programming. Because like you don't really know. Yeah, I was not planning on my stamina to drain that quickly. We got Blongos and we got a Geodrum. All right, I'm gonna get that. That's why I would have a cap. But like, here's the thing. Like, what if I spent 100 hours on it and I didn't get it working? Are you gonna pay me for 100 hours of something that I couldn't complete? I mean, that's the scary thing when like you're a mercenary for like really ambitious projects. If I knew for sure I could do it, I would just say, just give me this. But I just don't know. I wouldn't know otherwise. All right, what do we got here? I again forgot to charge my Apple Pencil. I'm going to, though. That's just the thing. Like, the amount of work it would take to make the mod that you would want as a pure commission... It just like for one fan, it just makes no sense. This is Blongos. But I love the work this guy did on this update mod, because it really looks like normal. Like nothing looks like weirdly upscaled. How about this, Silvers? If you have it, and I know you do, if you have like an old APK for Explore, just send it my way. And I'll do some poking. The iOS version looked good. They didn't do too much from what I saw. I'm not going to say they did lazy upscaling, but they didn't do the sort of upscaling that you would hope. No, I would assume the expansion for Wilds is going to have mostly returning monsters. Obviously, it's going to have new monsters, but it's mostly going to be returning monsters and subspecies. And from what they showed, they kind of implied it was going to be a lot of like Freedom Unite sort of stuff. might change some of the colors around on the heat gauge, but I'm... Like, it looks pretty good, right? Like, it just kind of looks like it's part of the UI. I guess it's below my name and not, like, next to the shells. This is fuck. Yeah. You're not sure about the white border? Well, it changes color. It should be red. Noted. I should make it 2 different colors. One for overheat and then one for locked. No, it's... See, it's not... Like, I don't think it's... It's not working like a true sprite. It's like a draw. It's like a component draw. So, like, I'll take design hints, but I can't. I'm not going to be able to just, like, fling on the GU aspects on there. I could show you what it looked like in the beginning. Let me see if I got a picture. Because at first I could only get text to pop up. I'm not gonna keep scrolling forever. Maybe tomorrow I'll document it all. How'd I learn to mod this? Working with the Chinese. The People's Republic of China. No, yeah, this is not public Rhinodex. This is something I'm making and testing right now. Did I forget to mine again? You think I could upgrade my gunlands? I can't. I love the Gypceros gunlance. No, the mod the heat gauge has not been released. Freedom Unite Complete has been out for years now. 1.4, I don't know exactly how long it's been out for, but it's been out for a while. The Chinese mod community is keeping the tool for Monster Hunter Online animations. The guy is asking $600 for it? I mean, that's really nothing. That's not bad. I mean, it's fun. I mean, the only thing for me is if somebody's like got a tool like that and they're only asking for $600, I get the sense they're going to take the $600 and you're never going to see it again. It's just, that money's gone, dude. Dude, you're a pilot, man. There's no way I am more financially capable than you are. I'm just a clown. That's all I am. The guy did such a good job. A pilot with an 8-piece sectional? That's great. You should be proud of the 8-piece sectional. I mean, I'm not saying like, what was it, $600? I'm not saying that's not a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But like in the modern economy, that's like 2 sticks of RAM. I don't mean to be blasé about it, but it's... When's the Charge Blade mod? It's adding weapons and even changing animations for weapons is very difficult. Your wife, you're a pilot, your wife is the responsible one, not you. She's right. You should not be spending $600. You should not be sending $600 to a stranger in China. Well, he might run away. He zones? What if I die? He is running away. I mean, I guess we could see him. Is this my first Monster Hunter Freedom Unite run? Not even close. Say yeah. Yes. Worlds was my first Monster Hunter. I really want to make a mod now that just adds key quest notifications. Oh, I want it so badly. Like, we're okay with that now, right? How do you guys feel about, like, hidden key quests? I feel like it doesn't really serve a purpose other than fucking people over that don't know how the quest progression is. I mean, I do like it, but it's like... Not anymore. I don't want to have to look over at the wiki every time I go to the town. Randomize that. Well, that's the same thing as just do everything. Just go in order. I was thinking a little bit about what I could do to change up the whole structure mayonnaise. Because there probably are certain monsters that don't even have a key quest, right? And it would be nice. Like, especially for Neko. Like, to like mix up the variety a little bit. Hidden, randomize, and then re-randomize after each quest. I would like to fight Bazarios in the old swamp, but maybe it'd be nice to fight him somewhere else, or to fight something else somewhere else. All right, what do we really need? It's gonna be like a million years before I upgrade my gun lance. Atwing, thank you. Like, this is really fucked up. That's my upgrade. Right? I don't... Oh, hold on. Maybe we go down... No, we need a flame set. Well, we get that from... That's not even that much better anyways. Is this 100? We're just gonna use this forever. Get to the next. I love her voice, by the way. Probably fine. You know what else I should do? I should make it so that you start with your gun lance loaded. That would be... I don't think that would be hard to do. You have to choose quests, but you set up your item loadouts like the fishing game in Chico Sands? Like your items? Your loadout is just floating in a river? I don't understand. I like the idea of limited armor sets. All right, here's an idea, and you gave this to me, so I'm going to give you credit. What if you didn't make your own armor and weapons for most quests, and every quest was like the arena, and you just had to select one of 5 different options? Some quests you can make stuff and like bring stuff in, but everything else like was like the puzzle game. I kind of like it. I thought there was like mining around here. It's not. Was this game on the PlayStation Portable? It sure was. The genealogy was Monster Hunter DOS and Monster Hunter Freedom were contemporaneous. DOS turned into Freedom 2, and then right after Freedom 2 came out, within a year they released Freedom Unite. Well, I guess it was called Monster Hunter Portable 2nd G, but Freedom Unite actually took a long time to come out. You weren't sure if we were going to get it in the West. Well, he's hitting hard. Hey, heal. A little bit too much recoil. Freedom and Freedom Unite double pack? Oh man! Worked so hard to try and get it up to red. Well, so Freedom was a different enough game that it would make sense to have in addition to Freedom Unite. But this is going to piss a lot of people off. Like, realistically, there's not a lot of good reasons to go back to Freedom. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's true. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm just saying, like, you're not missing anything. It's got a different vibe. You're right, it does. But it's sometimes you gotta move on. Tell that to the worldlets. I mean, that if I were at Capcom right now, I would just release Monster Hunter World HD remastered and do nothing and just watch people buy it anyways. Is this nostalgic? It's a good game. You beat Freedom Unite, you can skip Freedom and Monster Hunter 2? Do you mean DOS or do you mean Freedom 2? Because Freedom Unite is like genuinely just an expansion off of Freedom 2. DOS? Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be missing too much. I did some DOS online. It was not... wasn't what I wanted or needed. There's just a lot of killing a crab. Again, like, I don't want to piss anyone off. I love DOS Village. Your mom would confiscate your PSP? Because you skipped a reviewing for your exams to play this? Did you actually study, or did you just, like, sit in your room, like, really pissed off at your mom? Because I could see that, like, not helping at all. Play DOS with you? What I really want is an easier way that is not Hunterverse for everyone to play Freedom Unite and Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. And it's nothing against Hunterverse. You should just be able to hit the game and then join. You can give you that. You can give me that. Okay, let's talk. For a second there, I thought you had, like, immense confidence in me. Like, you can create anything, Shepard. You studied to get good grades and you got your PSP back? Well, it worked. Mission failed successfully. Yan Kaku! Are the built-in servers just there? Alright. I should probably look into that. Is there artillery anywhere? I don't care. Hunter armor's pretty good. I think they let you buy it. Yeah, no, there's something weird going on with Capcom and the remakes, isn't there? But for a while, they didn't even understand why people would want to play the older Resident Evil games. It was only until Good Old Games was like, we promise you people will buy this. But they're like, fine. You could do something, and then a bunch of people bought it. They're like, oh wow, free money, okay. But there's gonna need to be like some enterprising person or group of people that is willing to do the work, because I don't think straight up Capcom is going to be willing to be like, we're going to put in the effort to remaster the old games. They don't have the staff. The staff they have is going to be busy working on Wilds and whatever the game is after Wilds. You hope they remake Dino Crisis? They will probably remake Dino Crisis before Resident Evil 5. I read a report, I don't know if it's true, but apparently, like, Capcom is aware that at a certain point, they'll likely end up remaking Resident Evil 5, but like nobody wants to work on the project. So. It's gonna take a bit more work than the other remakes. The place setting of like is like Africa, I think. And some of the enemy designs. I mean, even when the game was announced, there were a lot of people for Resident Evil 5 that were like, what the fuck? Thank you, Mayonnaise. I will look into that. Yellow treat for me? Thanks. Gossarog was a great fight. Gossarog was probably the best part of Rise. Gossarog with Dodge Bolt bow was really fun. That's a good looking Cuckoo. RE5 the best selling game ever? I think it was 6. And that's only because 6 has like really good co-op. Well, I know 5 has co-op, but I think 6 is just more of a stupid action game. I don't know. I only played a little bit of 6. I beat 5, I think. I remember punching a boulder. And kind of being like, what is happening? Oh, oops. What came first, Revelations 2 or Resident Evil 6? Because Revelations 2 has like this mode where you grind to get skills and weapons, and it's actually like really fun. They're gonna hit me. What? I don't know if that hit, but we locked in our red, so. That really is the heat gauge? What did you think it was? It's still in development. I'm not going to claim it's not going to have bugs. It definitely is going to have bugs, but consider this an extended bug testing. Get wrecked by Coop. I did not paintball him. What a nightmare. So the next thing to see is if the heat gauge will stay locked and line up with the Wyvern Fire coming back. It should. Those are gathering points on the map, yeah. That is not from me. That's from the a mod that just came out 1 week ago that updated most of the 3D models and textures. And yes! It lined up perfectly! So good. If you were a Kutku, where would you be? Area 4? The graphics are completely fine. Most people, I think, would be fine with this game. Does setup to work gunny artillery? I didn't get a chance to put that in yet. It can do long, wide, normal differences for like shelling game purposes. That's scary. I'm a little scared. We lock red. So we're only playing at 2x resolution, save the world, which I think puts us like not even at, we're not even at 720p. But normally when I emulate the PSP games, I don't like to go like 1080p because like it just doesn't look right. I'll post the mod that is adding the gathering icons. Actually, to be honest with you, I would remove the gathering icons. That's not something I would want. Oh, you can update the button prompts to Xbox. Oh, thanks for reminding me. I gotta reduce the auto mod. Oops. Sorry. Add perfect block dodge to all weapons, please. Everything's about the newer games is they made the ecosystem feel alive rather than the monsters here go beat it up. Dude, in the newer games, you fight the monster and it's just you and the monster. In the older games, you fight the monster and you've got like 10 fucking things trying to eat your asshole out. Not to argue too much, but like, the ecosystem isn't shit. It looks like stuff in the newer games. But they don't actually fight you. Dude, I don't know that I want to put all the things down to, like, no filtering. I'm going to put 1-star filtering on bullying. You guys aren't allowed to be mean. I'm going to remove all the filtering on swears, though. Did I make decorations yet? I make anything? If attack up 10, that's probably fine. How about our weapon? I'm so horny to make a new gun lance, and like, it's just like, nothing? It's medium monster bones anyways. So giant bone, okay, let's think this through. Giant bone is like Boldrome. Large monster bone, is that like Hermitar? Help me out here. I think that's what that is. I think that's the earliest you can get it. Oh, Congalala might give a large one. Stuffadrome? That's one. Do we have any, like, hard gun lancers that, like, want to judge my routing right now? How am I doing? Acceptable? It's Congalolo. Trying to remember where Congalala spawns. It's probably like back here. Good luck. There's a gun lance. Can't be that bad, right? You do not, you're right, you do not get the same Sephiroth cutscene in Freedom Unite, do you? Oh, I'm still impressed by the item box, Highwind. There's that joy has not left me. I'm still like, wow, it's so fast. Is that little bar the monster HP mod in this game? No. Does it look like it? Are you just like invading fan lore in your head? It is not. I am not adding a monster HP bar. It fills. It's the cognition meter for Fatalis. See, normally with like normal shelling, you have to deal with like the full burst pushing you over. I don't really get that anymore. Stop bouncing on his butt. I forget how the shell scaling worked in Frontier. Oh no, I fucked it up! That was just me demonstrating that I built in fucking it up. No, it's actually, I'm sad, but I'm proud at the same time. Because that's how it's supposed to work. Good thing I'm not doing a deathless run. Back to Knack. I gotta go all the way back to Monster Hunter 1. Don't shells scale with raw and wilds? They do. And it's a little bit problematic because it makes elemental gun lances somewhat less desirable. Apple Battle Low, good evening. You wish you were that cat? You could be. Nobody's stopping you. I'm not. I'm not. Lurk while playing Grim Dawn? I saw you asking questions about Grim Dawn earlier. Enjoy. You've got the syndrome? I tried to play Grim Dawn. I didn't love its implementation of controller support. That's the one thing Diablo 3 and Diablo 4 do really well. Like, it's supposedly technically playable on Steam Deck, but I don't really feel that way. No, it's there. It's just not... It's just, I don't know, man. You hear what everyone's saying. It's just kind of weird. If you were locked in a prison cell with a Steam Deck and Grim Dawn, and the trackpads didn't work, you'd still be able to play it. Still be able to beat it, but it would just be like, this is not ideal. So the logic I'm using for we go up this way. I'm confused. I'm gonna go down this way. Logic I'm using for like the timing and stuff is based off of a Japanese wiki, but I might retune things a little bit. I feel like it should be draining faster. And then when you poke, it should drain a bit faster. Okay, we're at max gauge. Please. Oh! That was pretty sick. A good pog face. I'm not like emoting for the camera. Should I? I guess I am a streamer. I should have mined. This is so bad. I'm never gonna have Macalite ore. Higher heat should make even hit harder? What are you talking about? Even hit harder. It does hit harder. What do you mean it hits harder? It does hit harder. Wyvern Fire hit harder. I think I do have it so that it boosts it, but not by much. So Wyvern Fire in this game is like the equivalent of 4 normal shots, which is actually pretty damn weak. So like we probably could boost it a bit more, but like I want to be careful, you know. I don't want it to be like one of those mods where it's like basically every weapon mod that's out there is like you're fucking cheating. You know, like that fucking like there was a hammer mod in World. I was so excited to play it, and then it was like, oh, and by the way, you have infinite sharpness. Seriously? So, at most, if you manage the heat gauge well, it's 10% more damage. Which is, you know, if you play Monster Hunter, I think we could all agree 10%'s pretty damn nice. That's not bad. We could all get behind that. But it's not like... It's not broken, you know, and it's a little mechanic that you gotta fuck around with. The question is if I should make it so that yellow does less damage. Like, what if yellow was 0.95, orange was 1.05, and red was 1.1? How do we feel about that? We gotta do Liver of Legend. I see the Sephiroth show, man. I see it, okay? I see you! I see you right now. Can I buy... I need, like... I want to be able to make sonic bombs. Okay, thank God. Oh, I just have them? The more it's like MGU, the less appealing it is. But it would be like... So, I think in GU, orange was flat, and red was 1.05. Does it make it harder to spam shelling against Fatalis Trio? Only in the sense that you need to use Wyvern Fire. But even then, it doesn't really matter, because you could just, like, keep shelling anyways. But then again, you would want to lock red. That's plenty. So they nerfed the motion values for Gunlance going into GU, is my understanding. I can go back and check if you want, or you can check. But it was mostly heat gauge was a very mild buff for a lot of busy work. Whereas the way this is implemented, it's just a buff. Not a huge buff, but it's a little bit of a buff. It just means, like, you have a reason to use your shelling early on. Because, like, normally what you do with your shelling is, like, you just do this. It's just a way to reset your pokes. You almost never have a reason otherwise to really engage in shelling. Whereas now it's like, do a whole bunch of shelling. So Valor Gunlance was a lot of fun, but it was fun in spite of the heat gauge, not because of the heat gauge. Why are you here? Leave me alone. Leave me alone! Liver of Legend! Let's go down a little bit. Rapid fire Gunlance is more of a gimmick? No, it was pretty good. Because every shot you did in rapid fire got a damage multiplier. So by the end, you had like an insane powered up shot. In addition to how quickly you were dumping them out. And I say this as probably one of like literally a few people on the planet who bothered to beat the event Super Crimson Fatalis with Gunlance. Which I don't think there was a lot of people who did that. I did it. With shelling too, not like with Valor shelling style, not using like Adept style. We saw UMD Gen to edit the ISO file. You're going in deep, man. Are you on Mod Nexus? You don't, we're not editing the ISO directly. So, fuck allowed native PC style modding. I wish this game would get a decompile. Somebody is working on one. It's at like 2%. Don't kill me, please. Watch the Capcom thingy. When is it? 5? That's a lot of yellow sharpness. That is not my sharpness meter. Yeah, I could do that. I'll do an early stream and then I won't do a later stream because I'm busy tomorrow night. Oh, yes. This is like oops, all yellow sharpness the gun limits. Busy with what? I'm busy. Why do you care? Only because I might flush it down the toilet soon. I might show you guys how far I got with portable third. Get a new couch and need to pick it up. I have a lot of bedrooms. I don't have any room for any more couches. Maybe in my basement I could fit like another couple couches, but did I get more couches since last? No, people just think I did. No, I did not get any more couches. I don't need any more. I always wanted stadium seating. I would love to have a movie theater someday. I mean, I'm not going to, but if I could, if it were like a choice, I'd love to have like a really good like home theater. Is Kezu next? I think Kezu's next. Am I skipping Gypceros? No. I could have a couch on my lawn. I pretty much do. So you can't really see it. But I'll show you guys how far I got. You're going to be like, what the fuck? That looks horrible. And I don't blame you. I was going to show you a screenshot. We might end up going back to Cephadrome if I need large monster bones. Do you see him? Do you see him in the background? He's decomposing. But he's there. Can I kiss it? You know, it's chroma green. I could literally just, like... Hold on a second. I could just chroma that out so easily. You think it's jealous of the other Poogie that was on screen? What are we looking at here? Don't worry about it. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then there's nothing I'm going to say that's going to change anything. Capcom's certainly not going to change anything. I don't give a fuck. Were I doing a playthrough with Ada Chroma Key? No! No, that's not even close to what that was. Zabi, thank you. I don't know why it isn't. It's not like making noise anymore. I mean, is Stream Elements like dead? It was. That would explain why it seems dead. Now that's my work on a decompile, which is probably farther along than the Freedom Unite decompile because I have 3D models that follow animations. The bones are all fucking broken. So everybody looks all fucked up. And I'm trying to figure out how to fix it, and it's been very difficult. Boneless monster? Some people might like that. Some people might be into that sort of thing. Oh, he probably starts in his cave, doesn't he? What do I mean broken? Do you see how the hunter has a gaping hole in his chest, and where his Yukomo hat is, there's just a bald head surrounded by gray hair? It was broken. Just like a massive gray skullet. So it's... Poogie is the only identifiable thing. If I had a different camera angle, you would see... Oh, here, let me see if I can just show it to you. Give me a second. I don't know if it's going to show. For some reason, I can't capture it with OBS. It's like hiding. Sorry. Take my word for it, I guess. The poor man's Giganox? Dude, it's criminal how little we've had Giganox in this entire series. He had like 3 games? capture it in his sock. Hello? Oh no! No! Don't! It's very funny. It keeps... Okay, hold on. Keeps reopening. You know, the yellow sharpness is really bad here. How would you guys rate my Kezu technique? I'm bouncing on the legs. I feel like shelling is genuinely the best damage right now. That's the heat gauge. Should have read the title more carefully. You wouldn't be on Twitch TV if you were here to read. You're here to watch. You could be somebody's Discord kitten right now if you wanted to read. Don't run! No, please! I don't know where you're gonna go! This way. Oh, leg trips are incredibly satisfying. Probably Area 6. Maybe Area 8. Maybe Area 7. If he really hated me, he'd go to Area 1. He does go there sometimes. What is the heat gauge? I'm surprised how few people played Monster Hunter Generations or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. GU sucks. There's parts that are interesting. Does any big monster ever go to 2? I think so. But maybe not in this game. Maybe in like those. No, come on, man. It was so close. I'm gonna cry. Right. Rajang will go to the top of 2 sometimes. And Boldrum will go to the top as well. Warhounds, thank you.
Just resubscribe for 9 months.
He's gonna go back to. We should mine now. Is this a mod? Yeah. Do you think I found like the Konami code to unlock the heat gauge in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite? I mean, I don't mean to be such an asshole, although I am. Yes. Yes, it is a mod. It's one I'm working on. It's not ready yet, but it's getting there. It's surprisingly like almost ready. There's just a couple like little details that need to get fixed. Any of the other weapons getting similar mods? Well, that's up to me, I guess, or up to anyone else that would want to make them. Silvers was willing to pay me potentially up to $6,000 if I made Accelax. I don't think I can. It's so funny how, like, the best thing to do is just to, like, kind of go under his head a little bit. I don't know if you realize this, Scott, but Hunting Horn does kind of get, like, a perfect evasion in Rise. With the recital. Wait, will this even work on him? Ooh. It's not Gypceros. Yeah, the little breakdance thing. Yeah. Oh, I would have totally died if that didn't go off. Yeah, no, I would have been cooked. A Japanese 2nd G modder got banned on YouTube by copyright strikes? What did they do? Right guy, hello. I mean, they could be different because they're Japanese. There's different laws in Japan. Modding is illegal. It's not as protected. I'm not sure what the exact, like, language should be. What is the heat gauge? It's the Gunlance feature that was added in Generations and Generations Ultimate. Most people hated it, but that was because it was mostly a nerf and not a buff. This is more of a buff. Not a big buff, but a little buff. It's just something to do. Can I make a Kezu Gunlance?
You. You.
Oh, we're getting there. We might have a reason to fight Cephadrome. I'm not convinced, but we might. I'm thinking about it. Daimyo Hermitar is like just as good though. Is Purple Gypceros here? No. Normal Gypceros is. I think it's got to be purple though. Daimyo Hermitar, I'm almost positive he gives large monster bones. Will Razor Sharp help with shelling sharpness? It sure will. %19 chance for large monster bones. Not bad. Thoughts about Ascendants? They've shown us basically nothing. That's not really much to say. I hope it helps. I think the end game of Wilds was starting to get pretty good. It's just everybody had already kind of given up on the game. What about Cephadrome? What are his large monster bone chances? Large monster bone. 40%? 25%. I think I'd rather do Hermitar. Am I out of luck if I only have Freedom Unite and not Portable Second G? Yes, fuck is for Portable Second G as far as I know. I mean, I'll say this. I will be cautiously optimistic. I hope Ascendants will be good. And that's not just because I have a lot of stock in Capcom, because I do. But I do genuinely hope it's good. Hope they don't give rare drop in rewards. It should be carve only, I agree. The people should suffer. You're buying Take-Two Interactive shares right now? Just put it in index funds, man. So here's the thing though, Fog. Tickets have been in the series since like the very first game. The difference is they used to be a lot harder to get, and you needed a lot more of the rares. You don't know what mod Nexus is? You mean Nexus mods? Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. Look, I am 41 years old. You would think by now I would be wise. Just assume I'm old. "41 isn't old. It is middle-aged." Thank you. It's the nicest thing somebody has said to me all day. Old is 55 and up? Noted. I'm in the prime of my life. No, dude, from what we saw, secrets are gonna be like just as involved as ever. Didn't they add like a special like glide mode? They're like doubling down on secrets. All right, no more, no more, no more. Frontier texture replacement? This mod just came out like a week ago. I can't tell you exactly the specifics. But they did a really good job. So like there are definitely a lot of really great fights in Wilds. You know, it's just like everything that goes in and around them. Frontier textures and heat gauge, the only stuff. So the heat gauge is something I made. The textures and everything is something somebody else made. Fog has a link to the mod. He can send it to you. The texture replacements. The heat gauge I'm still developing. It's not ready to be released yet. Incognito Man added the equivalent of native PC to Freedom Unite. I see the Monster Fantasy game. The game that looked like it had potentially stolen vast quantities of Capcom assets? That game? The one with like the weird like leprechaun? How much damage does the perfect health give? The perfect heat? 10%. Yeah, that game's not going to get released. I'm pretty sure that game is not going to come out. Uh, 10%. Orange is 5%, red is 10%. And that applies to shelling and rum. I'm considering making yellow deal less damage as a result, just to balance it a little bit more. Thinking about it. Oh, it could come out. It could potentially come out in China only. Crab looks really good. Well, he looks a little scuffed there, but in general, he looks really good. You're gonna go kill crabs? Have I inspired you? Excellent. I look really good? Like me? Like me or the... Like, what are you talking about? What crabs are you killing? Monster needs more competition. I agree. You liked Wild Hearts, you wonder why it flopped? Probably because it couldn't manage more than like 20 frames a second. Ah! great. Yeah, that game got the kiss of death with EA, didn't it? There's still people chasing Anthem. Hellsting. Ooh, that's like a downgrade. I'd rather have normal 3 than wide 1. How have I been? I'm okay. Last we talked, I was expecting. I don't know what you mean by that. Noxella was birthed healthily. I mean, Wild Hearts was fun when it came out. It actually felt like it was better on Xbox. Did I play it on Xbox or PC? I think I did play it on PC. It's just such a fucked up game. Was it a natural birth? It was a rectal delivery. We could probably beat low rank with this. Blongos? Can we get a Wild Hearts Wednesday? I mean, dude, look, if you want, I've been working on a mod to improve the performance of Wild Hearts. I got stuck because, like, I need a fucking decompile for the game. It's just, like, it's really fucked up. Even when you fix the shader caching issues, it just keeps caching forever. It never stops generating new shaders. It's like a cursed fucking game, man. You know, I mean, I would work for free on it if they gave me the source code. Wild Hearts. I mean, even if it's free, like, it doesn't matter because you still gotta, like, work through the shitty performance. That's the problem. That's genuinely the problem. The game itself is fine, if not good. I think it was a pretty good game. I had a lot of fun with it. Especially at the time, like when it came out, we were playing Rise. It was either Rise or Sunbreak. But there was one of those cycles where I was like miserable. I was not having fun with it. I think it was Sunbreak. And it felt like there were more stakes in Wild Heart than otherwise. Return to Wild Hearts. We just had like this is a 10-minute conversation about Wild Hearts. About exactly why I won't. If I could get it running well, I would think about it. I can't. I got it running better. But it wasn't good enough. Not for me. It feels like you're running through slow motion diarrhea the whole time. This is just bizarre. It's like a bizarre way to play a game. But then you come to find out, like, your frame rate literally is directly tied to how quickly you move in that game. And I don't think they ever fixed it. So, like, people would, like, do foot races. And, like, the guy who had, like, you know, the 2015 Walmart PC would like be stuck in the dust. Which is like, again, that's like not, your game should not run like that. Like, you should never tie game logic directly to FPS. Don't do that. It's not, doesn't make sense. Now, in this game, it is. Sometimes the Japanese developers were a little naughty. It was fixed and then it broke again? Oh my god. Well, From Software is still on their bullshit. So you're telling me, Silvers, that if I were somehow able to download the depot version of the game with the second patch, in theory, we could diff it against a later patch or an earlier patch, figure out what they did and try to isolate it? That sounds like a lot of effort. It's just bizarre to me. Like, I don't understand. Like, I get it. Like, developers are expensive. You know, you got to pay them, feed them, clothe them, pay them benefits. But, you know, these games are on sale all the time. If I send the game to myself in the mail, I own the copyright. Sick. Alright, Splongo. Oh! Purple Gypceros is here. I probably gotta beat the Gypceros first. I do gotta beat the Gypceros first. You wish Monster picked up on some of Wild Hearts? Capcom didn't, but Tencent sure did. Or I should say Timmy. I'm not sure how much of the Outlander streams you saw, but I mean, they noticed. They noticed for sure what was happening in Wild Hearts. Yeah, no, they did some of it. Like, it's all mostly optional. Like, it's not like super ingrained in the game in Outlanders like it is in Wild Hearts, but it is definitely there. You just, like, the base building. It's not, you don't build, like, you don't have whatever the Katakuri building blocks and everything, but you have, like, the base design and stuff like that, and, like, the mobility stuff and, like, resource gathering and stuff like that. All that stuff is pretty contemporaneous in Outlanders. I mean, if you go to the live VODs, Broken Sings, I probably have between 5 and 10 VODs of Outlanders. And again, it's not a major part of the game, but like, you'll see it. I mean, I have to have at least like 20 to 30 hours of footage of Outlanders from the most recent beta. Do we care about any upgrades? Why do I have iPray stuff? Let me keep my iPray stuff? Really? I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's not really there and unlikely to be there for, you know, Wilds or potentially more in mainline. It felt like for a while they were like, they were thinking about it. I get the sense, like, when I see Wilds, like, I see a development team that was like, you know what, maybe we'll go into this. And then they probably did play testing and, like, little babies pulled up and like, I don't like having to get my resources, and they took it all out. That's why Wilds at times feels a little bit like a half measure, because it felt like they were building towards one type of game and then they flinched halfway through. And then we ended up with a game that's like autopilot on a secret with almost no story in high rank. So. What do you do? I mean, I kind of get it. Like, the struggle for Capcom is they gave up an inch with Monster Hunter World. They got so many sales with Monster Hunter World, it essentially transformed the company. And ever since then, it's been like the highest stakes franchise that they have. And like, obviously, like Rise wasn't meant to be Worlds 2, Wilds was. But when they set out to release Wilds, like, we want to get everyone. And I think somewhere along the way, they lost sight of the fact that, like, the people that joined Monster Hunter, even when they sucked, they still enjoyed the game. You know, if you make it easy, the people that suck are like, wow, I had fun, but then, like, they leave, and then your core audience is upset. At least that's my opinion. I could be wrong. I think World sold a lot for the graphics alone. I think World is still a beautiful game. I mean, few games look better than World. I mean, I think it would actually be a very small minority of people in the chat that actually like, I prefer Wild's graphics to World's graphics. They're at least almost equivalent. The maps are better on Worlds 2. They're a lot more 3D. Even the 3D maps in Wilds just kind of feel like weird concentric layers on top of each other, right? He's got me in the corner. Oh! Oh! Please let me out of your corner! Please! I don't know. If I were that, I think probably the thing that hurt them the most is like the hard pivot to Rise to the RE engine when they did. Genuinely, if they just kept making like Worlds 2, Worlds 3, Worlds 4, I think they would have been fine. Just keep the engine, keep a lot of the same monsters, make your subspecies. Please, 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 please! It's just the funny thing is it's like, it's only like 4 normal shells. Like, it should not be doing that much damage. But it's low rank, so. Low rank village at that. Oh, the reason they haven't made ports of the older games is we were just talking about it. It's the same reason like Wild Hearts hasn't had anybody. Oh God, no! Nobody's working on it because they don't have the developers to spare for it. I'm gonna run away. I'm zoning to heal because like, look at what's going on. With Wilds, it's like all hands on deck just to get the game running. And then to make an expansion. And then like every department in Capcom is working as hard as they can on so many games. They just don't have the staff, you know? You imagine if you're gonna take 10 developers off to release a remake, like that's just not worth it to them. It would need to basically be another company. Somebody like Good Old Games. And like, you know, they know it's in demand. Like, they're not dumb. Well, hold on. Somebody's saying this mod could be better. Okay. Well, if you want to post it in the Discord, I will use that instead. I just saw that this came out like 7 days ago, and I was like intrigued. You leaving? No, I believe you, For Blast. Just post it in the Discord. I'll update it for the next stream. It's not like I was in love with this one mod. It's just I saw it on Mod Nexus, and I'm like, that's neat. I can just download it and drag it into my game. You know what I mean? If the other one's not on Mod Nexus, that's why I didn't download it. What's Heat Gauge? It's a feature that was in Generations, and I ported it into Freedom Unite. At higher levels of shelling or heat, you get a small bonus to your damage. That's all. But you have to manage your shelling and your Wyvern Fire to utilize it. So it just adds a little layer of complexity to Gunlance. So if you're willing to shell more, you get slightly better raw damage. And it boosts the shelling damage too. So in either case, like, you're incentivized to use it. Would you say this is probably balanced as is? Shlong Shawarma? I don't feel like 10% is like a disgusting boost. It's a good boost, but it's not like disgusting. My hesitation is like, I don't want to make like a cheat mod. I don't want to make a mod where it's like, oh wow, I get 5 times extra damage and infinite shelling or whatever. So this is actually going to make it way better because you'll have a reason to shell in high rank and master rank. Full longsword gauge, 15%. I don't know off the top of my head. Well, in 2nd gen, they were allergic to shelling actually doing damage. They were very concerned. Which, like, rightfully so. It's true damage. You want to be a little, you know, cautious. Guess I should probably buy combo books, huh? What's next? Special mushrooms. It depends on the monster and like where you're hitting. And like it's always good for like resetting your combo. Deliver 10 special mushrooms. Alright, we'll put our gathering set on. You ever play Anthem? No, I'm sorry. You really wanted me to play it. I never played it. Play a lot of Monster Hunter. I mean, I don't have to tell you that. Gathering. What would be your biggest piece of advice for people who are worried about AI taking their jobs? So is the question like how to resolve the worry of people? Is it to resolve the worry? Or is it how to be like, how to retain their job? Or is it how to like make money in a post-AI world? Because those are all three different questions. And I guess I could speak to all of them. I'm not gonna claim to be an expert, but you tell me which one you want to talk about first. Because what your question is actually asking is like, I have anxiety about AI. What do I do? I would say don't take up drinking. Don't do drugs. Focus on things that bring you joy. Realize you're a human and we all need purpose, for sure. That's the one thing AI will never have. It will never have your purpose in life. How to make a living in a post-AI world. Well, if you work for somebody else, a business, the issue with most businesses now is they're looking for ways to replace humans with AI because it is easier to show savings on a balance sheet than it is to show we made more money because somebody was more productive, whether or not they used AI tools or not. But let's say you did use AI tools. Be like, don't replace me with AI tools. Have me on the team so that I'm using them. And like, everyone's gonna fucking hate this. I'm sorry. But that's, if you're in a company that's trying to replace you with AI, you need to trick them into thinking that you're gonna use AI more productively. Now, if you don't wanna work for somebody else, great. I haven't for 8 years, other than a short stint teaching on like a per diem basis. And that was only for a couple months. You know, you can do things now with AI that you couldn't do before. You've got somebody that can help you code. You got somebody that can help you plan. I mean, you've got like a little idiot team member that is willing to work tirelessly to do things for you. And so, you know, the way I look at it, and it's not a popular way of looking at it, but if we're going back to like economic theory, it's like this is a point in time where the means of production have been subsidized in such a way that it is attainable for most individuals. In that normally capital production was like, I need a loom or a forge or robotics or an assembly line. Now, if you've got a service concept or a program concept, you can just make it. AI is actually more expensive for some jobs than hiring a human now. So that's an example of a company that does not know what they're doing. And if somebody were so experienced, they could do the job cheaper, if not better than AI, or they could be like, I know how to actually use it effectively, not in a dumb way. So that would be me. Now, I don't run a company. I don't have employees yet, at least. But in my experience with AI, at no point have I ever thought, I want to replace a human with this. I've thought, man, it would be nice if I set budget aside to hire people to work with me, because the amount of stuff you can just get done with just a human is amazing. Like, my brain can only go so far. Like, I would love to take a scalpel to my corpus callosum so I could have both the left and the right hemisphere of my brain working at the same time. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bad side effects to do that. So, that's right now. The problem is in the not so distant future, the thing that I'm concerned about isn't AI, although we can be concerned about it. It's going to be robotics. Because we're right at the forefront where like AI is kind of like leveling off in its capability. I mean, it is getting better, but it's mostly leveling off. But that just means the next step is putting that shit in a robot and then training it and then replacing even more manual labor. Which again, it could be good. Like if we had, you know, incredibly subsidized food, incredibly subsidized housing, incredibly subsidized transportation and public works, there is a future where there is a utopia. Will that actually happen or not? I'm skeptical. I'm with you. I mean, what do you think, Effie Machado? You just heard me rant a little bit. How true is it what I said? Right? And here's the thing. And again, I'm going to piss even more people off. I kind of love what China's doing, because right now, the current dichotomy is US models creating closed models, which would create enormous power imbalances. Basically, literal techno-feudalism. Like if OpenAI and Anthropic, not X because they're fucking idiots, but like if it was like Google and fucking Anthropic and OpenAI alone, they would gladly have the whole world under AI servitude if they could. But right now, China is making AI research and just releasing everything publicly. So, you know, one of the more capable models right now is Opus 4.8 and ChatGPT 5.5. 1 or 2 weeks ago, China released a model called GLM 5.2, and it's not as good as those models, but it's like good enough. And if you theoretically had, I don't know, 500 gigabytes of VRAM, you now have infinite AI that you could run locally. And they just released it. We think they're releasing everything publicly. They could be withholding more advanced information. Do you mean for China? Or do you mean for Anthropic and Chat and OpenAI? Now, I agree with you. Of course, absolutely. Behind the scenes, every company and every country is probably 1, if not 2, if not 3 models ahead. You would be insane to release your best model publicly. So I mean, of course, I agree with you there, but that's just to be expected. You know, the question is like, at what point are they closing in on the equivalent of recursive self-improvement, which is kind of concerning. But I would assume that they're probably already there. So, I mean, what I usually say is like, if I could be the guy that could push the button that would shut everything down, absolutely. Give me the fucking button. I'm gonna shut everything down immediately. Because the future is just, the potential harms outweigh the potential goods. However, nobody's stopping. Nobody's even slowing down. They're all speeding up. Well, it's so a big part of it is how readily the U.S. is to sell out their own communities' power and water and land. So in no situation should a fucking data center go up in some dude's backyard and like take all of his water and like acoustically destroy him. That should never happen. And the fact that it was allowed to happen and continue to happen, those people should all be compensated. Like, give everybody $1 million and let them build a new house away from the data center. Because, like, there's not going to be a wall big enough for, like, the acoustic penetration that's going on there. But that's mostly, as far as I can tell, a U.S. issue. $10 million. I mean, they probably have it. The privacy thing has been something that we've been losing since, like, 2010. When was that? Citizens United? What was that? What was that fucking, like, Facebook lawsuit? 2001? No, it was like around like the, what was it? The 2012 election? 2016? 2016. Yeah, I don't have the right one. But it was that one where it was like, by the way, we fucking stole everyone's information. Well, Patriots Act, yeah, I mean, definitely was a shot in the arm to like us losing all of our privacy, for sure. But there, like I said, there is a small chance, there is a timeline convergence where the productivity gains from artificial intelligence and robotics actually do make humanity better, more able to focus on creative and technological endeavors and overall reduce suffering. I don't think that's the likely thing to happen, but it is possible. Unite all nations. That's what I'm saying, man. The funny thing is, Peter Thiel, if he heard me say that, would say, Shepard, you are literally the Antichrist. Which probably means that I'm the right way. No, that's literally, he's been going around the world giving these lectures for some reason on the Antichrist. And his whole thing is people that want safety protection on AI and a unified world government. And I want both of those things. Those are literally both of the things that I want. Vote me for president? I don't know if I could ever get elected. Maybe. We might be seeing a small, and this is very unlikely, but we might be seeing a political shift in the United States. I don't know that the Republican Party has ever been so unpopular before. And certainly, a president hasn't been this unpopular this early in their term in a very long time. $2028 will be interesting when we get there. Dude, can you imagine what the price of land is going to be in 2028? Oops. No, we got you know what? Treat yourself. That looks good. here's my prediction. Memory continues to get expensive. As soon as any other, like, fabricators come online, is going to dovetail right around the time when more and more companies start jamming local models into robotics, like robotic employees. I kind of love that. Kind of love what you're doing. Oh, jump! Jump, jump! Oh, I got him. I would say that for the most part, most countries have more in common than they do differently. At least most people do. I think I could shell one more time. I'm gonna stab once and then I'm gonna shell. Give me a chance. I mean, I can't do anything about that. It's Blaganga, man. Haha! Read him like a book. Oh! What are the damage values on the heat gauge? 5% at orange, 10% at red. What do you think? It's pretty powerful in low rank. I feel like it'll be balanced in high rank and especially G rank. Oh god! Well, it's just like, shelling in general in the old games is relatively weak. You mostly only ever used it in the older games just to extend your combos. You rarely ever used it for damage. And so this gives you a reason to use it. You know, I did not touch the shelling values at all. Isn't the upswing a good way to reset combos too? The motion value, I believe, is identical to the third poke. So I think it really just depends on where you're aiming. If you can get all your hits in with the lateral. Got fuck set up. Good luck. If you have any questions, you can message me in the Discord. I'll send you what I have. The mod itself will probably be ready tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Friday. Should have everything ready by then. It's really just a little bit of polish. You missed! Oh no! Probably could have done it. So it is ticking down, Blasphemy. It's just not ticking down fast enough. It is supposed to tick down, but I need to increase the rate of drain. But it is draining. Both pokes and over time it drains. And then as for like it resetting once it's been like maxed out, I think that's okay. Because you still got to manage it to get up there in the first place. And if you screw up, it gets locked at the bottom. Like you still get punished if you screw it up. But there's still like a little bit of a finesse there. But I might do Valor Shelling, where you can start shelling a bit faster after the first shell. Yeah, it's draining. It's just draining really slowly. Make it, if I roll a bunch, the friction will raise the temperature. Rubbing it really hard. What's up next? Monoblos? Really? No fucking way. Monoblos is a key. I do not remember that. Can I get mining yet? Give me the mining. Let's fucking go! Yes! Dude, Monoblos in 4U is so good. Like, genuinely, actually, like, a really good fight. What if this gives back a light? It probably does. Oh, the Suiko Jewels are good too. You timed out on Monoblos because you forgot cool drinks? So what did you do? Did you just like keep running back to the tent to heal? Because you were running out of health? You were playing really carefully, though, fair. And you didn't have whetstones either. Oh, man. You're all messed up. What do you got for me? Got anything better? Nope. How about armor? Oh. Kind of neat. Yeah, you know what? Some of these do look kind of like ass upscaling. Sometimes they look good and sometimes they look bad. The weapons I feel like got better treatment than the armor.
You.
We're gonna have to make another gun lance because this line is not good. I don't think it's good. Longo pelt. You know, this would actually get our heat gauge up way faster. I just think, like, shelling level 3 normal has got to be a lot more damage than shelling level 1. Yeah, no, I trust you, Blasphemy. I do trust you. So don't take it the wrong way. It's just I'm not going to change it midstream, but I'm just going to keep going this way. You know, maybe we just end up making Tigrex. You know, let's get the Sonic Bums. He's gonna get his ass stuck in 7, right? I don't remember this hunt being at night. I've seen some of the try stuff, yes. Uh-oh. Embarrassing. What is the meaning of the heat gauge? I don't know if there's a good YouTube video explaining it. I don't know if I ever explained it in a YouTube video. Freedom Night Randomizer. I was thinking about doing something for the actual quest structure, Strong Shawarma. It would be at least nice to like mix up the key quests a little bit. So it's like not always the same keys. It's shelling damage and it's also raw damage as well. Because like, what if it was like white Monoblos? Not that it would be that different, but imagine if it was like white Monoblos rather than normal Monoblos. What was that hitbox? Come on, man! No, normally I'm a fan of the reach around, but not that time. randomized one-time only quests. Oh, like do this one quest for bonus materials and rewards or something. Yeah, I agree. Something like that would be cool. I've always loved that as an idea. Something along those lines. Just to give people a reason to like do more quest variety and hunt things they wouldn't normally hunt. It would be especially nice if you didn't know what you were hunting until you got into the quest, but then you still got a chance to switch weapons. That is one part of Wilds I like in concept. It's just the actual execution is a little like ass, which is like switching weapons. Well, I don't know that we need to change, like, gathering unique mushrooms with Fight Rajang. But, you know, the most straightforward thing would be, like, take all large monster quests within something, within each rank, and then just, like, make it so that you randomize from all of those which ones are actually key quests. Something like that. That's how I would do it. I think it's Enrage, right? Randomized weapons? Like the stats? I'm waiting. Random stats is hard though. Like, how do you balance it? Unless the goal is not to be balanced. I guess you could always put in like a standard deviation. But that could get you making weapons you normally wouldn't make. Wilds make great changes to the hammer. Can't wait to enjoy them in the next game. It's just for fun, Malfa. You're right. Knowing what to bring is half the game. But that's why I was saying, like, maybe let you switch weapons or something mid-quest. That would be interesting. In Freedom Unite, could we make it so that you could switch equipment sets in the field? Oh god! The world randomizer is fun, although it did soft block sometimes. I think by the end we kind of figured out the soft blocks, no? You're not still mad, are you? There was one point where if you didn't beat Teostra, you could get soft locked. That was unfortunate. That was not intentional. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to look into it. I'll be honest with you. I tried really hard to add weapon switching to Rise. Could not get it to work. No, I screwed up. I really feel so bad when you make a mistake now. He's got to be close. Am I okay here? Oh, I think it's a good expectation that Monoblos or Diablos will be in the DLC. But they're putting Lao in? High chance for Galren too. I mean, you never know. They need to bring out the big guns? Well, it was at Zinogre and Nergigante. Most popular monsters that didn't get added in. Kuropeko. It's a mystery with how so many of the other games have like monsters free roaming around the maps that Kuropeko isn't there. You know what? They even kind of had something like Kuropeko adjacent, if you think about it. Because Basil would hear any roar on the map and immediately run to you. You think Valstrax will be in? Valstrax to me just doesn't make sense in any modern Monster Hunter game. Like, I know he's popular, but he's like a weird anime dragon. Like, he does not fit in the series at all. Now, that's what I mean. Like, I think the fight is good and all, but like thematically, it's just bizarre. It's just a bizarre monster. basically rocket-powered anime space dragon, jet dragon. Like, I do think he's a good fight. Like, you gotta approach him a lot differently than other monsters, and you know, the risk reward if he's charging up and all that. What kind of monster would I make? Well, I like when there are monsters where you need to have a certain damage type or elemental type to change or affect them in some way. So, I mean, I would start with that concept. I mean, if I were to design a Monster Hunter game, it would be like every monster would have particular elemental reactions or status reactions that would make it worthwhile to bring that thing, other than like, I did 20 more damage. And the funny thing is, like, they had it in this game. This game has that. Like, more than almost any other game other than, like, Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. But ever since then, it hasn't really mattered. I guess it matters a little bit on GOG Mazios now. Yeah, because, I mean, all the Elder Dragons, you need dragon damage to break the head. But then there's like, what is it? Fire on Blaganga. Was it ice on Copper Blaganga? All sorts of stuff like that. Things that weren't necessary, but like really helpful, like elemental and damage on like Bizarios and Gravios. Oh, I'm sure Frontier continued it. I mean, it's good, just good decisions, good design. Where are we? What's the next one? Speaking of Bizarios, yeah, I mean, all those sort of mechanics. I mean, you know, the times are different. You know, there's sort of like interactions like this is all very much like circumstantial with like the era of strategy guides and like discussing things in person or at the, like, you know, school and stuff, or college or the workplace with your friends or your coworkers. You know, the problem is nowadays people just look it up right away and they know, like it's a fucking like WoW raid. Or they don't look it up, they don't know, and then they get flamed online because they didn't realize that Blast was not an element for Elatrion. It's not an excuse not to include it, but we live in different times. And then you get to fighting GOG Mazios and Wilds, and you get the equivalent of like 20 PowerPoint presentations, like fucking like air bombing you for like an hour, be like, make sure to use fire now! Now use dragon. The MS Paint infographics, outstanding. National treasures. Guys, if you were a Bizarios, would you live in Area 7? Yeah, you can do all dragon all the time on GOG Mazios, I think, and I don't think it really matters. Probably the 10-star it matters. But otherwise, it probably doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, that's the weird thing is, like, failing is fun. Dying is fun. Like, you feel like you've got consequences, like things matter. And I do feel like there is that little bit of a crisis of confidence sometimes with Monster Hunter where they're like, they're worried they're going to alienate new players because, like, they suffered. And you will. Some. You get mad if they don't use the right affinity in Night Rain? Well, for a long time, I didn't always use the right affinity, but now I'm in depth 5. You should know better. If you're depth 3 or below, I have no expectations. But depth 4, you gotta learn. Game wasn't popular till they made it easier? So, Generations was a pretty easy game. I guess we... Did we get Generation? I guess we did on the 3DS, right? And that was one of the worst selling titles. But then again, it was, you know, 3DS only. Portable Third is pretty easy. Although harder than you remember. If you get in a high rank guild by yourself. Hello? What? Guys, if you were Bazarios and you ran from Area 7, where would you go? Area 6? I understand that there were some edges they shaved off. And even then, like... I understand there's a temptation to shave off more edges. I was watching Snake Eyes, the really good Zangief player, and he was talking about how he would play Monster Hunter World, and he installed like a fast forward mod, so he could have like super speed eating. And he claimed he used it every single time before he fought a monster. And people yelled at him, but he was like, I don't see what the problem is. Well, like, I just assume that's the way most people think. I'm getting Womber combo up here. Do we use our max potion? Am I dead? The not knowing if you're dead aspect of this game is so great. And we were talking about ecosystems earlier, and like, can we agree that as good as like the endemic life are in Monster Hunter World, they don't have shit to 3 fucking Ioprey that are just like jumping your ass constantly? What's the hardest Monster Hunter? Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate has among the hardest G ranks, if not the hardest G rank. In terms of low rank, that would be Monster Hunter Dose, I think. Unless you make Death Prize, in which case it's not that bad. Am I the hardest? A little hard right now. Oh, I fucked up. You know, normally I have a cat. I didn't really take one this time. Does it even go this far ahead? say Primordial Malzeno is a difficult fight depending on your weapon. Iceborne Fatalis solo is pretty good. There's good fights out there. We got maybe one more. Nice. Yeah, we don't know anything about Dustbloods. I don't even know if I'm gonna have a Switch 2 in time. Get it before it goes up $50 in September. I don't know, man. You're probably right. Thanks for the Macalite, idiot. I make honey. Dustbloods is coming to PC? How do you know that? It's not confirmed. I really don't want to buy a Switch 2. I really don't. I really want Duskbloods. But if that shit's coming to PC... It's not coming. It might come. It's going to be 1 year exclusive. Oh, what time is it? 1 a.m.? Alright, I'm going to go. I got to get blood taken out of me tomorrow. I'm going to work on the mods some more. I'm going to make some small changes. If you have any ideas for fuck modding, yell at me in the Discord. If you have any ideas on how to make this current run more interesting. I'm happy with the shelling mod. It's better than I thought it would be. Just literally needs just a few small tweaks and it'll be perfect. All right, I'm leaving. Good night.